secrets in conference play. They know you, you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the USC Trojans, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Will put it away to start the game. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they'd get him on the ground at the 20. So USC's offense will have the football first. And David, we've got a quarterback today who's been known for making enough plays when his team needs them.
Yeah, and listen, he's a guy that this offense is built around him. But, Jesse, he's not the guy that's going to take over. He needs the running game to get going. He needs the passing game. He needs a little bit of balance. Really good football player, but he needs the help of the quality teammates around him.
Yeah, you're right. I think the one thing we've seen with this guy is he's got to get into a rhythm in games early, right? And so whether it's running the football or getting a few completions early to get his confidence going, because once that happens, he's very, very good.
Using the pads, using the stiff arm, using all kind of strength to get it across the 25 to the 26. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Pulls it in, it's Sanders. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. And the Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Sanders. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way.
Turning it on! And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Trojans in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Scrambling away. He's going to run it. They bring him down, but not before he gets just enough to move the chains.
2nd and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
Caught in the backfield. It's Lane. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
Man, that linebacker is athletic. He can make tackles in space against very athletic dudes. That receiver's not an easy guy to bring down. That linebacker got him down quick.
And the Trojans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Makes the catch. It's Lemon. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18. The noise level is relentless here on 2nd down. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Let's talk for just a second here about USC. Not sure if you guys saw this, but they had a big-time four-star running back give a verbal commitment last week. What's his transition going to be like, David?
First of all, everybody saw it. It's all over social media, right? The excitement of landing a guy of that caliber. And just, I mean, that creates excitement in the whole recruiting class in this next cycle.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football there on third down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Right on the money. Touchdown, Trojans. And they have the first points of the game.
How about that first drive? The hardest thing to do in college football is win on the road. They're the underdog, coming into a hostile environment. What do? Possession one, go right down the field and shut everybody in this building up.
He'll bring it out. It's Bell. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Cornhuskers offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Caught in the backfield, it's Hunter. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah.
Big-time stakes as we approach the end of the season. Bowl positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only to find a way to win. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the USC Trojans, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Cornhuskers will kick it away to start us off. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So USC's offense will have the football first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z. So these are big for the resume.
Back to pass, it's Mayava. Grab near the marker, it's Lemon. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They're going to run it. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You want to settle everybody in on the road? You want to take the nerves away? Run the football. Really, really good job. The offensive line, they're physical and nasty. They're not nervous. They're not worried about this crowd getting loud. They just want to hit you right in the mouth, and they started the game off with some good physicality.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. They go to the ground. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. All right, guys, let's think big picture USC. A big-name running back, always a great get in the recruiting world. 4-star running back they got last week. Seems as if he'll fit in nicely here.
Oh, he's going to be a great fit. I mean, when you get a great player like that, the whole fan base gets jacked up. You see it all over social media, and it starts to build some momentum in your recruiting class.
The Trojans pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Grab behind the line. It's Lane. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. He was all by himself out there. Someone just lost track of their assignment.
And that's so frustrating because you want to make offenses earn it. And you don't want to give up big plays and bust coverages and let people run wide open, especially good players. Like, you know this guy's a good player, and you let him run wide open down the field.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight.
Touchdown, Trojans! Fitted in the window for the score.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. So Nebraska's offense will go to work for the first time today. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David?
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Raiola. Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. All right, guys, let's take a minute to think about Nebraska. They got a boost from their high school recruiting ranks, setting the table for the future, getting a verbal commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
Yeah, it's huge for this defense, not only because of his physical traits. This guy can run, he can cover, he can blitz the passer, but he's also a tremendous leader. This guy could be the alpha on this defense for years to come.
This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. Showing off the arm. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Huskers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Fires to the tight end. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a 1st at the 32. The Huskers are rolling down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Right down the middle. Got his man. He's there to make the stop, but not before. Sets up this offense, 1st and goal from the 7. The Cornhuskers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Huge play in the red zone. 3rd and goal coming up. Dropping back, it's Raiola. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Husker! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing it because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Going with the ground game left. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. He's got it up to 25. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Caught in the backfield, it's Lane. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Run in the red zone, it's Sanders. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. Caught behind the line, it's Lane. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
Really nice play call there because the defense might have been thinking on 3rd and short in the red zone. They're probably going to run the football. Instead, they throw it, catch them off guard, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Scanning the field, it's Mayava. Now rolling to the left. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment. Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Grabbed behind the line, it's Lemon. Touchdown, Southern Cal! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They'll try to tack one more on their score.
This offense needed a big play, and that is the guy that they need to go to help create a spark on offense. Awesome job.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. With jet sweep pass. Find some fresh air. A really productive run gets it up to the 31-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and it just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big 1st down.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. The handoff to Johnson. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. And the Huskers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They'll send the tight end in motion. From the red zone, it's Ives. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on 1st down, it's 2nd and 10. Keeps it on the bootleg. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
And he's really proven to this defense that he's just not a one-trick pony. He can beat you through the air, and now he can do this. Now he can take off and scramble, move the sticks, get his first down for his offense. This defense, they're...
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers!
And I like this offense not panicking, executing on this drive, and driving down the field and tying this football game up. I love the no panic, just stay chill, and now we got ourselves a football game.
And right down the middle. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the second quarter. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Makes the grab. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
It's a really nice job out there making the catch. I feel like fans are always expecting one of these Trojan receivers to be in the conversation for being best in the country, right? Because of the success they've had in the past and certainly in more recent years. There's a lot of pressure to play that position now at the Coliseum and at USC. But this guy right here, he has been making his mark on this offense.
Looking to pass. It's Mayava. Flushed out of the pocket. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and look to play another down.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. Got it behind the line. It's Lemon. They're going to stop him short, and man, we haven't seen a lot of that. This offense has been a machine on third down. The offense stays on the field. They just have inches to go on fourth down. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Fourth down, and this crowd trying to help this defense rise to the occasion. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Lane. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Trojans kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Trying to burn this defensive back. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, USC.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again. And with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. QB draw. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Looking downfield. It's Raiola. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Hunter. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Huskers moving quickly to the line. They'll go to work in the air on second down. He's going for the big play. He's got it. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Give to the running back. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Back to throw, it's Mayaba. Oh, he wants it all. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, back to the Sea of Red and our guys at Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Trojans will kick it away to start the second half. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
To the air, it's Raiola. It's complete on the right side. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Oh, they're after him. Finds his man. It's Bonner. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. The Cornhuskers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. They'll send the back in motion. To the air on second.